Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back for another pro Dota commentary done by Luminous. This is commentary 350. Yes, I've reached that point. 350 casts after 3.5 years, roughly, a little bit more than that. And boy, this replay brings back a lot of memories. But before I go into there, just want to really take a little bit of time and humbly thank all of you guys for supporting me. Whether you've been watching my commentary since day number 1 back in the Luminous 48 YouTube channel days, or whether you're a recent supporter of me, just hopping on one of my 300-ish casts and decides to follow along, I really do sincerely want to thank you guys, because without you guys, I would not be making my 350 commentary. Don't worry, there's more commentaries yet to come after a short break. I'm gonna take a good long break after this casting marathon. But yeah, just want to extend a little thanks. Those of you guys that think, a short PM that wouldn't do too much, just a short PM that says, thank you, Luminous. I've been watching cast, all that stuff. Whenever I read a PM like that, it just makes my day, because it just shows you that I've connected with a lot of people, and I'm very, very happy in doing that. You can say even proud of doing that. So, great thing that you guys are enjoying my cast, and hopefully you will enjoy this particular cast as well. Look at how old this replay was. This is 6.64, 3 years ago from November 2009. 4 bans beginning, and then 5 picks. This is when you know the game is fairly old. Here's the thing about this replay. This is a very memorable replay for many reasons. This is one of my beginning replays as a caster. I think this is precisely replay number 19, or cast number 19. And really, I think that's when I want to say, like, yeah, I love this casting thing. Let's take it long term. And it's a good thing that I'm casting this for the 350. So you guys, if you want to search up this original replay on YouTube, you could kind of compare and contrast some of the similarities, hopefully mostly differences in the replay casting style, whether it's knowledge, whether it's entertainment, whether it's enthusiasm, whatever you want to rank me by. Also, in this particular replay, I want to give a huge shout out to my good friend and my good co-casting partner, Nebula. I think this is one of the earlier casts that we did together. One of the first casts we really hit it off. We had some legendary MYM pusher bashing casts, but this was a legendary cast between Nebula and myself as well, or at least that's what some of my viewers have told me. I know Balling in particular was a big fan of this particular cast, and honestly, I don't think I could mimic, or I can't mimic, and I can't get up to a similar level of providing a similar entertainment compared to both Nebula and I, because Nebula is just a great co-caster. Haven't told him this directly, but I value his co-casting skill quite a bit, because out of all the guys I've co-casted with, Nebula just responds to me the most. He connects with me the most. I feel like our synergies are great. And just looking and re-going back to the previous cast that we did together of this particular game, made me want to remember about him. So I know you guys are really want to get into this particular game and aren't here for the sentimentals and all the tear shed. I'm shedding my tears. No, I'm just kidding, guys. All right, let's jump into this game. This is Aeon SG versus Kingsurf, and the heroes pick and ban are coming before you guys, and there's some crazy heroes already coming out. Necrolite is not exactly the most popular hero, although who can say? We were 3 years ago. So, our memory is a little bit fuzzy. Your memory might be a little bit fuzzy. The reason I want to cast this game is, obviously, all those other things I mentioned. This is a great game, all that stuff. Have you guys ever dreamt of, in pub game, just going hardcore carry mode? And I don't mean, like, incidentally carrying a game because you're playing Sven and you got, like, an ultra or something like that and you ramble out of control. Like, have you ever dreamt of carrying a pub game and then apply those same carrying pub game skills into a pro game, and it works? Because you could win a pub, you could carry in a pub easily. It doesn't matter. It's very easy to do so. But can you imagine carry your entire by yourself? I said by yourself, carrying a pub game in a pro team? Well, this game does feature a little bit of that. I mean, we are still in a pro game, and you really aren't going to carry 1v5. But there's a little bit of that. Be prepared to have your head amazed. And let's introduce the players and the heroes. Alright, we have Rambo handling the Stormster on the Sentinel side. We have Jimmy. Is that Jimmy? Jimmy playing the Earthshaker. Tofu. I know Tofu. Playing Necrolite. And we have Spectre on the top lane. Like, how many top lane Spectres do we have? Darkin is going to be handling Spectre. And last but not least, Crystal Maiden being played by Chi. On the Scourge side, we have Mr. Yamateh, or Yamateh, as some players call him. Netherdrake on the top lane. Magic Wand upgrade. Let me tell you, if you go that item today on pubs, you get flamed. But this was 2009. The game is constantly evolving. On this mid lane, you did not see this wrongly. This is Chuan. Yes, Chuan from IG, the champion of TI2, if you will. This little fat kid, yeah, he plays solo mid. He doesn't play Crystal Maiden or Lina or Dasa. He plays solo mid, and we're gonna see him doing that here as well. And looks like we have a couple players on the bot lane as well. We have Ice, legendary support player in the Sunny East agency playing Vengeful Spirit. We have Sakala, another legendary support player for Kingsurf. And we have another Rambo. Is this 13? Rambo 13? All right, how many fucking Rambo do we have in this game? All right, Rambo number 1 and number 13. All right, looks like I'm going to see a backstab gank here. Invisible Shaker coming around to get the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend, well, we see him in the mid lane a lot. And looks like we have yet another gank coming against Necrolite. Necrolite probably going to die first. There's going to be, the Chainsun's got to be good. The Chainsun looking pretty decent so far. The heal pulse does go on. This makes it look, it's pretty good. There's a first blood back in the mid lane here. Shadow Fiend, a little bit of trouble as well. Magic Wand up, but who's going to get the last? As Storm Spirit does. Great job. Both teams exchange first blood, and it looks like Tiny tanking the tower a little bit on the way out. And Tiny, is he gonna die? He did not. He has so much time to tango up. If he did, he probably survived. 7 HP regen per second is no joke. But hey, Scourge says worth it because they got the first blood, even though it was a 2-for-1 at the end of the day. You know, 1-for-1 in the bot lane, and then 1-for-0 in the mid lane. 2-for-1 at the end of the day. Scourge says worth it because we got the first blood, and especially when you're running a tri-lane like this, you gotta get those first. You gotta get those kills. Period. And getting a first blood is just, you know, extra. Just icing on the cake. But now Shaker has come in position to really assist in this lane, and with Shaker and Necrolite being paired up together, they should be fine. And it's really up to Scourge to poke and prod for some kind of advantage because they really can't do too much. I mean, this is not like a, there's nowhere to pull. You know, you can't really, there's no smoke at the scene in 2009 yet, so you can't really get off very successful ganks off the mid lane without being, you know, too easily suspected. As I say, that Vengeful Spirit is roaming right there. Chuan is level 2, so he's got to get 3 first before anything happens. But nope, just kidding. They're not trying. Vengeful Spirit is now backing off. Nope. Rethinks the situation. Vengeful Spirit, make up your mind, my friend. You're losing a lot of time running back and forth in the jungle. Meanwhile, back on the top lane here, Yamateh is playing 2v1 this lane. When I say 2v1, it's really 1v1 because, well, as I say that, they're harassing the hell out of Yamateh. In this particular lane, when it comes down to harass, it's really just Viper versus Crystal Maiden because this guy is not harassing aside from this random Spectral Dagger that we saw. And Crystal Maiden is not exactly the best harasser. She runs out of mana very quickly. Her attack animation is very bad, and of course her damage output is very low. Meanwhile, though, Vengeful Spirit does find himself an invisibility rune that is not scouted by any wards on the Scourge side or Sentinel side. Good job here. Double res coming through from Chuan. The pull comes in right now, and they want to give him the last hit, but Ice really saw his Shadow Fiend taking way too much damage, and well, allow a Shadow Fiend, took Shadow Fiend's kill, unfortunately, but it's going to reward him by giving himself, so fairly decent. If you want to rewind that a couple seconds back and looked at how Vengeful Spirit came out of that gank, he attacked once out of invisibility first to get the first hit in, and then he applied the magic missile. A lot of players just forget about that first hit. You know, sometimes that first hit does matter. How many times have an enemy ran away from you with like 10 HP, right? So every little bit counts. So breaking out invis with that first hit, and then bam, attacks him with a magic missile. It makes a difference. So get in the habit of doing so. Vengeful Spirit coming out of the top lane. He is scouted out by this particular observer, but these guys are not exactly in an early position to back up. They just not see on the minimap. Well, we'll have to wait and see. Crystal Maiden is a juicy target. She's a walking pair of tits as well as walking pair of 200 goals. So, you know, double the joy, double the fun, double D's. I love doubles up here on the top lane. No double damage though. Shaker is coming up on the top lane here. Again, walking past a war spot, although that's going to be their own war spot. Vengeful Spirit going to be doing a pull, and this could be a very easy time to tower dive. Oh, there's going to be a dagger as well as a bite as well as a Nova. Shaker comes in from afar and takes a kill there as well. Shaker, again, one of those heroes that really does not need EXP or gold. KSing that one, but you know, getting a kill is better than nothing. Man, I'm off to a very, very good cast so far, but not exactly true to what Luminous does, because Luminous would have missed about 4 kills so far out of 5. I think I've caught every single one. I think something's wrong right now. Teleportation comes out on the top lane. That is from Yamateh. Yamateh adds a boots to his collection. Oh, the good old days where boots cost, the good old days where boots give you plus 50. A recent change where it only gives plus 45. Oh, a little bit of harassment coming here. You pulled my creeps? No, I pull it back. I guess this is what we call a counter pull, though we don't see that in pro games too often. But hey, really messes up this dueling, defensive dueling. You want to get some EXP because you don't really want to approach lane given the fact that these guys could burst very, very hard. So you want to get some EXP. Oh, Chuan. We're going to see an impel and probably into a couple kills, but could observe ward here, seeing the line coming out. And they do know that Tron is missing from the mid lane, so Necrolite playing safe appropriately, going for just random Bracer. Bracer does not upgrade into anything back in 2009, so just Bracer's probably not the item you want to buy because it just doesn't upgrade into anything. And look, engagement happening on the top lane here, tower focusing on Yamateh. Yamateh probably gonna go down unless we're gonna see a little body blocking. The tower focusing him down, not getting the, oh man, very, very nice idea from Vengeful Spirit, but not enough to get the kill. But again, trade, I'm not sure if it was a fair trade. Crystal Maiden for a Viper, but Viper did get the go for the kill, so maybe it's fair. And Spectre didn't get the go for the kill, so that was a Sentinel kill. Looks like we do have Necrolite coming right in. Nova doing a very good job slowing down the Tiny, and now the healing pulse. Blind is coming around. Where's Impel? Any Impel coming so far? No Impel just yet. And Shaker walking on the backline, trying to get the last hit. No, he did not get the last hit. At least not yet. But the Shaker Fissure will get the kill. One more hit. Yeah, the Lion's gonna go down as well. Great counter ganking coming here from the Aeon team, and that's what you expect when you have Crystal Maiden and Earthshaker. Just great AoE. Great long range. Keep in mind that 700 is the cast range of Frost Nova, but the cast range of Magic Missile is not too shabby, as Ice is doing a lot of good roaming himself. Really, just everywhere he goes, that's where kills happen. And when you're playing a support like Vengeful Spirit, that is perfection play. That is really real play. Checking for runes. WTF from Jimmy. Not too sure what's going on. Looks like another invisibility rune has been picked up, and it looks like Viper is going to be the target. But is there going to be anybody here? Nobody here just yet. Stormster not level 6, so really can't teleport in the bot lane for a surprise sneaky kill. Meanwhile, Shaker, his invisibility rune has ran out. There is a very deep ward being dropped down here. I think he stood here and dropped it across. And Shaker really will want to backstab somebody, but really you can't do it unless you get a little bit more number. Back in the mid lane here, let's see how Shadowfiend's doing. Shadowfiend's been roaming a lot as well. It looks like this is going to be a huge lane switching. Yeah, Shadowfiend says it's a little bit safer up top, so I'm going to just go there. Viper says let's go get a couple more kills on the bot lane. So the question is, who's going to take mid? It's going to be Tiny. Tiny with the magic bottle as well, starting to pick up a lot more EXP. Of course, Tiny is not nearly the hero that he is currently as an insane carry with the Axe Scepter and all that stuff, but back in this day, he was just a great ganker, and trust me, Southern East Asian teams like Kingsurf just love him the way that he is. A very, very powerful ganker. Blink Dagger Tiny, and with no talismans and just boosting up. Arcane Boots wasn't a thing back in there too, and Arcane Ring, which was an item, which is like a cheap man's Arcane Boots, wasn't exactly the most popular item. So yeah, no talisman was often the way to go on the Tiny. Not much action happening here so far, and that's really going to favor the Sentinel team. I believe they need a little bit more EXP until they are truly effective. Poor Man's Shield going to get picked up here on Spectre. Yeah, I'm actually not too sure what version we're involving. Is this a OP Spectre Desolate version or Dispersion version? Because Dispersion has so many changes throughout time that I wasn't sure. It looks like we're going to see a pull and a fissure. Decent chain stun here coming from against the Tiny so far. It looks like we're going to see a haunt in this wall, but toss right in against the Viper. Very good job. And the Viper strike goes right on against the cow, but now the chase goes the other way. Yamateh want to fight his way out of the poison. It's going to get the last one. Nobody denies, but the storm zips in. 2 for 1. They will take the Shaker. They will give away the Shaker for 2 carry kills any day. Well, Tiny not exactly, again, a carry in this particular metagame, but Viper definitely so. So good job here by the Sentinel. They're putting on a lot of pressure. Scores 8-6. I do believe Kingsurf is definitely the powerhouse team, and Aeon is the underdog, at least judging by the player legacy and whatnot. But right now, Aeon is just sticking it right to Kingsurf's face. We do see Chuan. He's farming decently. Got 45 CS in about 9 minutes of farm. 5 minutes is really all you can ask for, especially when you give up first kills on the mid lane like that. And one thing though I do want to point out is that this Spectre that's been playing on top lane, he's playing offensive Spectre. He's level 8 and he's got no point into Dispersion. All Desolate all the time. Now again, that makes me want to think that this is perhaps one of the weaker patch for Dispersion, but generally when we see a weak patch for Dispersion, we don't see Spectre picked at all. So I think he is just putting points to Desolate for a little bit more damage. Keep in mind that Desolate gives you pure damage output, I want to say. I think it's pure damage when there's no enemy units around. So when you're hunting in against a lone hero like that, it's free kill. And we've seen it apply the extra damage to get the kills back in the mid lane here when they dove Yamateh. Speaking of Yamateh, 3-3 score so far, only 36 CS, gonna go right into a Vit Booster, the correct item choice I have to say. But top lane here, engagement happening, the Nova has been dropped, the Fissure has been dropped, looks like they want to kill Chuan. Chuan really can't do too much, couple more hits, Desolate damage, applying it, but the Ava is right there, the tosses him against him as well. Ray's gonna get 1 kill, Viper is positioned as well, the Shaker Fissure will miss, and now the Shaker will go down, it's gonna try to stab, but really would not be able to do so. Meanwhile, Crystal Maiden, so low, ice coming around, we might see a toss in for the kill. Toss does have a huge casting range, but no mana to do so. Oh, Stone Giant, that's why he really needs no talisman. But I talked about the counter ganking power of the Sentinel Squad. Scourge showing them right back in terms of counter ganking with with Tiny leading the way, and of course Avalanche doing a lot of work there. Also, one big difference, this is an old enough game that I really want to take a minute to talk about this. One big difference in terms of teleport scroll in this day and age, this is the teleport scrolls of today's day and age, is that teleport scrolls don't have the queue time in a sense. If 2 or 3 people teleports into a tower right now, they have to wait after one another. In this particular game, if you teleport into the same tower, they all arrive there at the same time. So counter ganking is a lot easier to be done in this day and age. So good to see both teams doing it though. Counter gang is definitely a very powerful strat. Back in the mid lane here, Stormstred does have a point booster, so we are going to see a Bloodstone. Bloodstone has received a couple of changes as well. Bloodstone back in the old days does give you HP regeneration as well. So definitely a little bit more powerful as an item. And of course, the way that charges were a little bit differently as well. I think you had to get the last hit for Bloodstone to work, so Chaos has got a little bit better. But again, my memory's a little bit fuzzy. Because it's been 3 years, and there's a lot of different Dota items, Dota changes, different patches in between. So I do apologize if I'm not remembering everything with the absolute accuracy. Necrolite has not received a gank for a little bit too long. Seems like these guys having the exact same idea will be doing as well. Look at this old school Shadow Fiend with Boot to Travel. Yes, when Shadow Fiend was played back in the old days, you just went Boot to Travel, and I do mean this is like before 2010 Chinese Dota Shadow Fiend, because who cares about HP, right? Yeah, Shadow Fiend's job is to TP all over the map and farm, and that's exactly what Chuan's doing right now. Obviously, they really haven't I guess realized. Maybe they do realize, but they're showing throughout the asset. But the treads giving you HP is so vital because he's mad squishy. He's really mad squishy. Obviously, he does go for Black King Bar afterwards to supplement his health as well as his casting for his Requiem Soul. But generally, the most common build has been treads. Post 2000 trend, Breach of Travel on Shadow Fiend has been an obsolete build. You only see it on pub games anymore. But back in right now 2009, yeah, go tread Shadow Fiend. Here we go. No, it's all good. It's all good. Tofu's been farming. He's not farming that well though. 30 CS, and to be honest, he hasn't done a single thing for his team. I mean, he's got 1 and 2 in score. I mean, that's not too good. But yeah, he hasn't done a single thing, and I think he is the weakest link for his team right now. I mean, the support Crystal Maiden and Shaker, they are really at least putting the presence. So even the farming, like the Spectre, only got 34 CS, but at least assisting in these kills. Yeah, he is just sitting on the bot lane trying to farm and missing CS the way I'm guessing it, although we do see him getting 3 right there. But he really have to justify his farm on the bot lane by getting a quick mech, or at least a lot of creeps to show for it. So we'll wait and see what this Necrolite will be picked up. Alright, reserved by Blizzard. Cool. Replay provided by Garena. Sweet. Why does it show me that? Generally that message pops up when the replay is about to end. But let me tell you, the replay is not ending anytime soon. Spectre Han's gonna come on the bot lane here. Looks like he's gonna try to TP out. Not against Reaper side, but you don't. Darken will be picking to kill. Darken is Spectre Haunt KS, next level meta. No, that meta's been around for a long time. But yeah, Spectre, that's one of the cool thing about him as a carry hero. He could do quite a bit of things like that. Oh no! A little bit slow and chirp. Oh! Whoa! He did lose a lot of HP, but did have a point booster as well as the Vit booster. Looks like the Tiny has teleported in and got the kill, but very slow pull against the line. Oh, toss right back in. That's gonna miss. Man, that slow pull allowed the line to survive, even get off a Finger of Death. Great swap here by Eyesight. Has lightning fast swap reflexes, I have to say. Meanwhile, the pull reflexes of Rambo was not that fast. Generally, when you're ganking high impact hero like Lion under tower, normally when you gank with the Storm, you zip in, you attack once physical to get your overload damage, and then you pull, attack more time, and then you remnant, and then you attack more time. That is to get the maximum damage output. However, if you're ganking a very high impact hero under tower like Lion, you go in and you pull immediately. He did not do so, got hexed, got fingered. Eventually this survived, but really they were missing a kill, and they really want to get as many kills as possible. It is 9-9 so far, both teams really even. Let's quickly check out how we're doing in terms of farm. Chuan, of course, leading the way with 76. Yamateh really catching up with 70 himself. 38 on Rambo, he's pretty much ganking. 41, 49, 38, and that's pretty much it. Scourge farming a lot better. In terms of tower count, well, 1-1 so far. Tower's not really back in the day. Tower really never really got important until, I want to say, late 2010, beginning of 2011, when Navi really pushed out a lot of towers and grabbed early advantage. But tower back in these days were like, oh yeah, you get a kill, you subsequently take down a tower. So yeah, most teams, most players don't really care about towers too much. So I wouldn't care about it myself, and I wouldn't really check it. Yes, it is going to be a Black King Bar build on Shadow Fiend. And let's quickly check out if there's any crazy item being purchased. There is a Bracer, and looks like we are going to see a Black King Bar build out of Yamateh as well. Against Shaker, Crystal Maiden, Storm Sphere, and Necrolite. I would say that's a good choice. Meanwhile, yeah, both teams just going to be tanking it up. I do want to say, though, if this game goes late, it's going to be somewhat interesting to see, because both teams have quite a bit of burst damage. On the Sentinel side, you have the Echo Slam, you have the Nova, you have the Storm Sphere, and the Reaper side for the burst damage. That's fairly good. Meanwhile, on the Scourge side, there's, Finger of Death, there's Avatos, there is a Requiem Soul. So both teams have fairly enough burst. Both teams have very good late game carry as well. Viper plus Shadow Fiend matches up against the Spectre plus Storm Sphere pretty decently, Spectre is definitely the latest carry of all of them, but Storm Sphere is not exactly a great carry on his own right. So both teams have decent matched up in terms of carry. It's as always going to come into positioning and farm. And in terms of positioning and farm, I think that overall will favor a team with a little bit more experience. And I'm going to chalk that team up to be... Oh, jumping on the mid lane here. Where's the pull? The pull is coming in. The Hunt's going to come in as well. Oh, no. Where's the fissure? They do get off the fissure. They do get the tiny kill, but it really made them lose a lot of HP. The swap will cancel the TP out. Rambo trying to TP against 3 heroes. Ice, or excuse me, Ice number 1. Ice single. Ice, and Ice are 2 different... Ice is one player, Ice is a different player. And Ice canceled it. Oh man, that's hard to say. That is hard to say indeed. Scored 10-10 so far. They traded an Earthshaker. They traded a Tiny for a Storm. I think that's a decent trade. Again, Tiny, not exactly your late game carry. Pretty much just a ganker. Where Storm does carry pretty decently with this great mobility in the ultra late game. But here we go, 4 heroes on the mid lane, subsequently pushing down a tier 1 tower. Nobody lasted that one, and we're getting closer and closer to the double BKB. Meanwhile, though, they're saying Spectre's got 3k go. Is that true? No! Spectre's only got 2k go. So maybe they're trying to entice a couple ganks against the Spectre. Although, I'm not sure you will, for any reason, at any point in the game, will entice ganks onto your Spectre. That seems like to be a wrong strat to me. Maybe this is some next level strat from our Earthshaker player, as he is ready to get some crazy counter gank off. Even Earthshaker gets bottled. Everybody and their moms gets bottled, because apparently bottle is the way to go. Invisibility is bottled up by Tiny, and he is looking for his prey. And his prey is on Necrolite. Necrolite still not farming too off. Finally up to the 50 CS mark in 18 minutes. That is embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Even Spectre on the top lane's got 71. I'm not sure, Tofu. You are the most famous player on the team, but you are not playing like so. Back on the bot lane, though, looks like Avatos will be pushing down towers. Seems like the Scourge team, though, is actively looking for those tower pushes. Or at least they're not finding people with gank, and they're like transitioning straight into a push. Meanwhile, back in the mid lane, Fissure and Remnant's going to be dropped, and they are going to be working on this particular tower as well. There you go. Yamateh gets the last on that tower. There's a Mithril Hammer, and Black King Bar should be finished very, very soon. The question I would ask if I'm casting a game that is being casted today, like a game that's ongoing, is whether the Scourge team will push right after the Black King Bar. Teams throughout history has been getting a lot better when it comes down to deciding when to push, pushing off an Aegis, push off a Black King Bar. I feel like back in those days, like, oh, alright, I got a sweet item, let's farm more and get the next sweet item. And sometimes it's the wrong decision to do. In this particular game, I think it's okay. Again, both teams fairly even when it comes down to push. And it looks like we're going to see a little bit of engagement back in the mid lane. I gotta say, this is my favorite gank in this particular game. I still remember toss from high ground to low ground and right into 2 heroes. And great job by Rambo, as Avatos by himself most likely maybe would have got killed. Probably not against the heal of Necrolite. But that gank for sure got the kill. That was a sweet, sweet play. I mean, not exactly the most creative thing, but you know, just seeing it done, it was great. And looks like the Scourge team will transition into a push back into tier 2 tower, and everybody on Sentinel gotta be in position to defend this. Again, defending tower is just not a thing. Normally, when you see a tier 2 push, everybody will be teleporting. Crystal Maiden gonna just farm more, just push. Shaker, you know, whatever, got a TP, not gonna use it. Spectre farming on a bot lane. That's the difference between 2009 Dota and 2012 Dota. Raises pushing the tower as well. Yeah, both teams. Again, one team is saying the towers are not that important. The other team saying we're not going to defend it. So yeah, that's where we are at with towers. And this tower is going to get claimed for free. Oh, free. And the question is, will the Spectre team make a comeback? Because he is getting closer and closer to that relic. 3,400 gold. They gotta gank him down. And to be honest, it is somewhat difficult to gank Spectre. Keep in mind that in Dota 1, Spectre could shoot a dagger and just walk into the cloak of shadow. So you gotta just find a way to gank him down. And the question is, do you have that kind of initiation? There is a swap on Vengeful Spirit, only level 6. There is a Hex on the Demon Witch, and there is a How is this Tiny finding all these invisibility runes? The Splink Dagger is absolutely huge, as it will. Oh, and Spectre, does he know a gank's coming his way? He can't die. He sees it coming. He's gonna go in. He's gonna go in Ava, and Toss will break trees, but he doesn't have a valid target to Toss. It's gonna walk literally off the map. Wow, this shit cray. But don't have TP. He's gonna buy his relic. I hope. There's a relic, and there is nobody warring that relic. It looks like he's gonna haunt his way back out. He's gonna haunt up to the top lane here against the Shadow Fiend. So yeah, that is a way to escape a gank and even counter gank. Even force out the first 10-second BKB charge out of the Shadow Fiend. Okay, again, I wasn't too sure whether Black King Bar had to change. You do lose seconds. I think, yeah, we're not that far back. Because there were a time where Black King Bar just had the same duration no matter how many times you use it. I think it was like 8-second duration all the time, or was it 7-second duration? The cooldown was a lot higher. But of course, obviously, that was a little bit further back. And Kingsurf still maintaining a decent lead in terms of farm, although the Sentinel team is making a small comeback. There is a soul booster being picked up. Let's check out how we're doing in terms of item progression overall. Obviously, the support on the Crystal Maiden and the Shaker would not have too much to show for. Necrolite finally has a mech, really needs that Shiva's or Hex. We're going to see a Bloodstone in about 800 gold or so, and a Spectre in a Radiance in about 700, so they're looking pretty comfortable. The double BKB is up, so Scourge could really take a fight. Bling Dagger is up as well. Everybody on Scourge has their core item. Sentinel, they would need a little bit more time. Granted, so Sentinel's core item a little bit more expensive overall, and this Tiny is playing like Tiny is meant to be playing, roaming in the enemy jungle, really picking off heroes one by one. And if you're the Sentinel team, you gotta clump up. Either you make a good counter gank against them, or you are or you just clump up, because if you don't do either of those, you are just gonna get picked off time and time after again. Even Stormstare with the zip ability, gotta be somewhat careful, because if you're jumping in, getting hit by the avatars, you don't know what else is gonna be coming after you. If there's a magic missile or something like that, that would be very, very ugly. These two guys ganking together, they're pretty decent ganking combo. You actually toss the Shadow Fiend in, followed by an Avalanche, and generally whoever you toss the Shadow Fiend to is dead. There's a lot of burst damage output between these two guys. Scourge looking on the bot lane here, perhaps trying to concoct a push. Yamateh not with them. Yamateh, the question is, what is going to be his next item? I don't know what his next item be, and I'll let you guys take a random wild guess, and whatever your item guess is wrong, because it's not that item. Yes, I've read your mind, and I told you it's wrong. Mantis out? Nope. MKB? Nope. Just unless you watch this game and then you didn't really guess, you just know, right? Another reason why I wanted to cast this particular game. Yamateh jumps in the middle. Gotta be careful of Yamateh, although Storm Spirit doesn't have any backup. In fact, Storm Spirit is the person that's zipping away, and it is going to be Scourge pushing this yet another tower down. Regen gets picked up here by Storm Spirit, which could allow him to do some crazy ganking. But again, who is going to be ganking as 4 heroes are clumping up on the bot lane, pushing this one up? between the damage output of Shadow Fiend and of course Presence of Dark Lord and Howl and of course Terror and looks like massive teleportation coming out, and they're gonna be teleporting right in Avatars. Oh no, it is gonna be a miss, but where is the BKB? Oh, the BKB is gonna come right now. Oh, they didn't cancel it with Reaper Scythe. I gotta say that was a mistake on Tofu's part, but now it looks like Tiny has died 1-for-1 trade so far. Stormster, no, very healthy in terms of mana, should be fine. Did I say all the TPs will come in the same time? I do believe they do come at the same time. Stormster zips right out. How do you not escape a gank like that out of mana completely? The Hex, the Hex to impale the finger is going to be right there, and the kill is going to get taken by this Vengeful Spirit killing spree. Oh man, Rambo, you're making a mistake, man. You had 1200 mana. All right. In any case, there was a couple mistakes being made on the Sentinel side. That's why they lost that team fight. But Spectre has a Radiance to show for it, and also how much gold in the bank? 300 gold in the bank, not too much, but his farm's really going to accelerate by quite a bit after this. But yeah, Tofu not canceling the ultimate with Reaper side. Did get the tiny kill, to be fair. But yeah, Stormster getting picked off here when it was not necessary was a little bit weak play, but no big deal. Viper is sitting on 3,000 gold, or almost 2,600. Again, the question is, you guess what the item that he is going to be going for. Black King Bar has not been used. No, he did use it in the last team fight. And with all these multiple BKB, it is getting more and more difficult for them to actually make these ganks worth it. That is Oblivion Staff. Oblivion Staff builds into 2 items. Again, we'll let you guess what those 2 items might be. Now, Refresher or Viper Strike is not exactly a combo, considering that you can't even have the mana to use it. And there is a Stormster on the other side, which Silence will be extremely clutch. And Orca does provide a lot of plus damage and attack speed, and Viper does need a lot of that. Ooh, Avatos. That Ava just hit nothing, but the ultimate will hit everybody. Chuan with his swag move just killed the Crystal Maiden. This Shaker, ooh, nice blink out here as his blink dagger went off cooldown. He is out of here. Good job here by Earthshaker making out there. And that is that showing out that blink dagger right there was a little bit unfortunate, because you want the first blink dagger that you show the enemy to be a huge echo slam. But what do you gotta do, man? If you gotta survive, a man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. So he really wants level 11. Unfortunately, back in this day and age, the Southern East Asian supports really got no level. Shaker, 27 minutes of gameplay, level 9. I mean, he's been roaming around a lot. Similarly, on the other side, right? Ice period. And Sakura, they're playing fairly well. They've been roaming around a lot too. And this is how the Southern East Asian play their supports. I mean, supports were the bitches. I'm sorry, I had to use that word, but they were the bitches. Like they just have never have farmed. And to be honest, I always just like that. I liked how the Chinese played a little bit more. It looks like it's gonna be a 3-man gank against the Spectre. Oh god, these Chain Thunder are not exactly the best. Seems like they just want to burst him down, and the burst plan is gonna be good. It was good. And now they they did a couple of level up, and with Spectre being picked off here, it looks like they're gonna keep transitioning off to a push. Chuan coming on. Chuan's been doing a lot of work. Blink Dagger being supplemented after a Bridge of Travel BKB. I mean, generally these items are pretty mutually exclusive. You just get one of these and you don't get the other 2. But it's like, yeah, you know what? I'll get all of them. And because of this Blink BKB combo, they're shredding people apart. In every team fight, either the Crystal Maiden or Shaker, it just dies outright. And again, it makes him very, very tanky, and it makes him a lot more mobile and whatnot. And the question is, when is this Aeon comeback gonna happen? And is there gonna be a comeback? Well, time to watch on. Gotta check out how Yamateh is doing farm. He is really on that farm train. 158 creep kills in less than 30 minutes. That's over 5 a minute. Shadow Fiend, I'm sure, still a lot further at 200 CS. And again, less than 30 minutes. That's 7, almost approaching 7. Looks like they want to make a gank. Although that Terror will scope everybody out. Vengeful Spirit going up on the high ground is going to bypass this ward. Sentinel really need to pick off somebody, but everybody on the enemy side has Black King Bar, and that's what makes BKB a very, very good item. Bloodstone is finished, doesn't display charges or does not have any charges. Lion, gotta pull him. No, he gets the Hex off, and again, you gotta pull him ASAP, and now the Hunt is gonna come in right now. How much damage will Darkin do? Ooh, he's gonna go for the Lion, but the Echo Slam's gonna drop, does get 1 kill. Tiny, a little bit trouble. Meanwhile, Chuan's doing work as well. Viper pops a BKB, does have a Blink Dagger to his name as well. This is crazy stuff, and that's Viper still doing work. Mental is gonna get picked off, and now Shadow Fiend BKB has ran out. Viper gets yet another kill. Viper still full HP. Viper doing work. Poison orb blocking like a pro right now, and this fight, oh no, Spectre very low in terms of health. One more poison attack, one more attack's gonna do the job, and now he's gonna be jumping away, but you gotta keep in mind this guy has a Blink Dagger. He will be chasing in with the Blink. Where's the Blink? Viper Blink cooling down right now. Trying to TP out. No TP out for you. Yamateh triple kill. Blink Dagger, Orchid, Black King Bar. Chuan calls for the save. You know those pub carry tactics that you dream to have and you try to apply in pro games and then it works in pro games? Damn, that shit cray. Oh man, I love it. This is one of the I generally dislike Yamateh as a player because I feel like he a lot of times is overrated. I see him make very, very clutch mistakes. I don't think he's a clutch player, but seeing him pull something off like this, the creativity, the balls of steel to do it in a pro game, I mean, this is just lovely, right? I mean, try this Viper build at home, you know, maybe, and then you get flaming pubs. You'll be like, yo, Yamateh did it. That's right. That's right. All right. Yamateh picks up an invisibility rune. Of course, there was no worse seeing him doing so, and he is looking forward to get a couple more kills. We are 19 to 14. Kingsurf up a little bit. They are doing a lot better in terms of farm as well. If there's a gold chart to show you, I'm pretty sure Scourge is up by 7,500. Go around that ballpark, maybe 5,000. Sentinel is just not farming at all. I mean, Necrolite, I generally, previously in the discussion of carries, I talked about the Spectre Storm versus the Viper and the Shadow Fiend, and I totally left Necrolite out of the equation, and rightfully so, because he's just a walking mech. He's not even tank. 1,500 HP is decent, although 10 armor is okay as well, but yeah, he really needs Shivas, really need Hex, really needs a reason for anybody to even look at him, because right now he just dies, like, to the AoE. Like, they could burst him down, but even if they don't burst him down, you're not losing too much. Shadow Fiend's doing way more damage in the beginning of team fight. Also, one thing I want to point out is that in games like these, back in 2009, Roshan was a forgotten thing, because look at how Scourge could just easily go into Roshan and take a free Aegis. But they're like, yeah, team jungling, because why the hell not, right? Yeah, incremental advantage became a bigger and bigger thing when the Chinese rolled around, and much later. It seems like they're waiting for Yamateh to finish that Orchid, because Orchid against Storm is pretty cheese, especially when Storm does not have a Black King Bar or Lincoln Sphere or gold to go for any of those items. So Yamateh still farming away, just taking his time. To be honest though, Scourge could just storm down the mid lane and win this game right now. And I think as a caster, I've become a little bit better and better to understand the game situation. Perhaps back in the first time when we casted with Nebula, we were just like filling time talking about random other stuff. But at this point, as in my casting career, I realized that they could have took the Aegis easily, a minute or so ago, and they could probably win this game easily right now if they want to do so. But yeah, it seems like they are just chilling. Double damage on Chuan, putting out some respectable DPS. Mansal's up, he picks up the Aegis of the Mortal. Yamateh says, let's TP up the top lane here, farm a little bit more, and Vengeance Rate destroys the teleport scroll on the ground. Cussy 2 Bridge to pick that up. Ain't a charity case. Don't need your TP, he's ice. Alright, looks like we are gonna have the double Oblivion Staff finish on the Courier and triple Oblivion Staff this up, and Orchid finish. And Yamateh will blink and Orchid. Whoever comes across this path will be dead. Well, the Spectre might be not dead. Oh yeah, one thing I also did not point out is that Orchid is probably the best counter. Silence in general is the best counter you want to have against Necrolite, because Necrolite, his only job in teamfight is to spam D for that heal pulse. And if you take that job away from him, he's a sad, buried old ghost. He's not even a man, because he's dead. He's dead, right? Alright. Also, man, Mr. Storm, you got... Oh, no! Avatar's right in the get-go here. And Blink Dagger Viper going to work right now. Picks off the Storm instantly. And he just goes straight on Tofu. Crystal Maid is going to deal down as well. Oh, huge Requiem is so here. But trying to TP out that Necrolite. No chance. And now Crystal Maid is going to try to TP out. Nice swap. Hex, just really no chance. Viper gets the last hit. That is 4-0? 4-0. 4-0. Yeah, 4-0. I do believe Shaker survived. Shaker survived. Maybe Spectre bought back. Maybe he did. In any case, it was a huge lopsided team fight. Great victory here for Kingsurf, and Kingsurf is coming right in for the kill, I have to say. And what will the Sentinel do to muster up a defense? That Viper, or excuse me, that Spectre does have his respectable radiance, but the damage output on Scourge is way too much. They are literally one item ahead of him. Per hero. So literally a couple items ahead of him. Where's the BKB? The BKB a little bit slow. The slow poison attack is coming in right now. Shaker trying to survive, but it looks like Chuan dove a little bit too deep, and he is going to lose his Aegis, but you know, losing Aegis is not exactly the big deal. It's probably going to blink back out. As I say, that pops the BKB and will run back out. Pops the Manta, and that should be it. And yes, those TPs do come in the same time. Stormsurge comes in with a zip. He does get off the pull right now. Blink Dagger, the Fisher doesn't even hit, but they will pick off Chuan. Perhaps a sign of comeback here. Darken does get the last hit there as well, working towards his diffusal blade. Right now, the only job for Spectre is to have enough damage and tank to basically tell the enemy team says, I will kill you so fast that you have to focus me. And when they do focus me, that I will not die, right? That's a true statement that Spectre wants to utter, and he's nowhere near uttering any of those statements. He is doing decent damage, but to be honest, he can't even kill Lion right now. At least not kill Lion quick enough in such case that his team doesn't die. Also, I do want to say that Scourge has been initiating every single fight. And when Scourge is initiating every single fight, when you have Spectre Haunt to cancel ultimates, when you have a Storm Spirit, and when you have a Blink Dagger or Shaker with Echo Slam up, something's wrong. So Tiny's been playing very well, or Sentinel's not playing that well. They're clumping up. Whatever you want to chalk it up to, Sentinel's got some something to do back to that drawing board. But with that said, Shaker is close to that level 13. If he ever gets 16, his damage output could be respectable. I mean, sure, there's BKB on the enemy side, but you don't block that first Echo Slam. You do block the subsequent Fissure and Enchant Totem, though. That is a little bit of an awkward situation for Shaker. But if you get off a huge Echo in the beginning of the team fight, that oftentimes could be the tide-turning thing in the game. But right now, Scourge mounting up a big push on the bot lane, trying to at least get a tier 1. And again, nobody will be defending that. You know what I mean? This tier 1 doesn't mean too much. Maybe they should defend the tier 2 though, but it seems like they want to set up a gank against this Viper. Excuse me, against the Spectre. Viper, where are you, Viper? Viper does how much more go in the bank? 1,200 more go in the bank. I mean, again, my eyes is on Yamateh because Blink Orchid BKB is cool enough. Let's see if we're going to top it up with something else. Scourge is going to be pushing on the mid lane. You're like, you know what? You could have her tier 1. Just kidding, though. Somebody is teleporting a couple of teleport scrolls. Could they lift this? They're not going to be lifting this. It seems like Viper is going to slowly last everything under tower, but this tower could actually go down. Lion should just dump an Impale right here. Although Viper is attacking this pretty quickly. Double siege unit. Anybody going to go for the deny? There's a deny. Yamateh doing. Making sure that all the things that needs to be done are done. Stormsurge is gonna zip to low ground, finds a Vengeful Spirit, Blink, Enchant Totem. Where's the Enchant? There's an Enchant. Really focusing on the Venge. Oh no, though. Looks like Vengeful Spirit did get off a single magic missile. The Haunt comes in right now. They see Tiny. Where's the Spectre? Spectral Dagger coming in against this Tiny. Stormsurge zips in to apply slow, but Viper is here. Do you fight the Viper though? That's the question. Toss them back. Tiny has gone down here. Stormsurge zipping a little bit further. Stormsurge out of mana at this point. It looks like Viper has recognized that as well. Threatening to come in a little bit more. Lion in position. Does not have the Blink Dagger either, but here comes Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend looking against Spectre. Spectre gets hexed up. He gets Orchid, a Blink Dagger for a BKB from Yamateh. It looks like Spectre's gonna go down. The heal coming. The heal is just not enough, and looks like the TP's out is the only option from Tofu, but the Tofu really is gonna eat a Requiem to the face. A double slow being applied. Stormsurge, not enough mana to really go in. Crystal Man, and just go home, my lady. My fair lady. Just go home. Can't do too much. And the damage output of Viper, it is respectable. It is insane. It is out carrying. It is out carrying Spectre Radiance. So that's all I'm gonna say. Looks like we're gonna have an ultimate orb from Yamateh, and I do believe this is gonna be a very boring Manta style. But if you go for something like Eye of Skadi or Hex or heck Lincoln Sphere, I will put my hands in the air because that's pretty baller. It's pretty baller. if you guys have Warcraft 3 installed, and well, I'm sure, I think a big majority of my viewers do have Warcraft 3 installed. Actually, do me a favor, guys. Somebody write, I have Warcraft 3 installed. And if you have Warcraft 3 installed, thumbs up that comment. I want to see exactly how many thumbs up that comment we get to get a big idea of how many of you guys have Warcraft 3. If you have Warcraft 3 installed and you want to see a similar game where Yamateh went crazy, try to Google for a Yamateh Storm Spirit where he went Dagon 5. That is a crazy game to watch. In fact, I might even cast that game if I have a chance to do so, because it is an insane game. Yamateh blinks here for shaker. Oh, where you blink at? He could have blinked in. He had a lot of time to blink. And BKB gets pop. Ava. Oh, he's so low. The fissure. No. He blinked enchant. Enchant got canceled by the what? Why did he enchant out there? But great rescue for his team right now. It looks like Scourge is gonna be driven back versus Spectre. Spectre did not come in with the hot. No, Spectre was back in the mid lane. Meanwhile, Chuan doing some work against this building. And I do believe with one dead, they're going to just take their time. Scourge doesn't really have too much pressure on them. They are still having a lot more farm. And it looks like Shadow Fiend's going to get another big creep wave. Oh, yeah. Also, one more thing I want to point out. I think previously I talked about having a question and answering session that I want to do. And I do have a Facebook link that you could post your questions to. And I remember saying that, and I never posted that link on my YouTube channel. Alright, let me say that one more time. I want to make a Q&A video after this 350 casting marathon. And if you have any questions that you want to ask me, whether regarding my hobbies, anime watching, or I love to read, you know, maybe you want to ask me something like that. Or if you want to ask me as my caster's experience as a caster, or if you want to ask me, you know, what happened at TI3, TI2, all that stuff. Anything you want to ask me regarding stuff like that, I will be more than happy to answer. I'll include a link in the description box. And generally, I'm probably going to answer the 10 best questions or something like that. And we'll see how it goes. Chuan adds a Eagle Horn to his item set. Storm Spirit is pick up a Voice Stone. Second Voice Stone. Of course, the first one went into Bloodstone. Yeah, Bloodstone is... I guess I'm glad they kind of remade the item, because you can see that it's not really a good item. You have to get the last hit to make it work. And, you know, Storm Spirit sometimes have difficulty getting last hit. Although with that said, you know, Storm Spirit could get last hits very easily if he wants to do it. I really like the new Bloodstone better, but with that said, the old Bloodstone does give you the +6. You grant 1 extra MP regen per second. Wow. Big echo here on Yamateh, but not enough. BKB gets popped right now, and oh, it looks like they want that guy dead in the beginning. Wow, every single bell being dropped. Where is the Shadow Fiend? Shadow Fiend trying to pop his ultimate. I don't think he actually got up, but Chaos Tron has got a single kill. Vengeful Spirit really low. Spectre being driven back. That was a good opening of the team fight. Blink Echo to start off, but Yamateh was the only hero that focused on. There were 3 or 4 creeps right next to him. Meanwhile, Yamateh chased down the Shaker. And with the 2 heroes dead and nobody dead on the Scourge side, I do believe they will Rax it. I was mistaken to say that the Bloodstone in this version gave extra HP regen as well. The first Bloodstone definitely did, and now apparently not. It looks like the Silence as well as the Hex, and look at the huge Requiem just finishes off the Storm. And meanwhile, Yamateh doing a lot of work. Spectre, I mean, Radiance is cute, 40 damage is cute, but what about 145 damage per second? That's what he was doing. Chuan got very low, but still end the team fight with the double kill. Doesn't have lifesteal yet, that's why he's so low. Oh, Crystal Maiden trying to do work. Where's the Nova? Pops the BKB, my fair lady. Oh, sexy lady. Alright, that was again Gangnam Style fail. Alright, I do believe the game is over for anybody that's wondering, because if Reaper Sight, but no Silent Stick. Oh, Ramble's gonna go down. Yamateh still popping the BKB or walking like a pro right now, losing HP so much is Tofu. Oh yeah, Enchant Totem. Don't go back, man. Don't make your teammates work in vain. TP out. Can you TP out in time? It's gonna be close. Oh yes. Good job by Team Sentinel helping out each other. But this Rax, nobody helping him out, and Yamateh will do what he is set to do, which is breaking some Raxes. Yamateh up to 3,600 gold, man. It seems like the Scourge team is playing like easy mode, because their gold intake, it's insane. Chuan has a butterfly finish now, builds a massive death. Probably gonna take the Aegis of Immortal right now, and then just gonna finish the game. But even if he picks the Aegis, doesn't have slots for it, so gonna give it to the Viper. No, Viper doesn't have slots either. Give it to the Venge. Or fine then, don't take the Aegis. It's not like Revenge needs it. Just a sad support. Fuck you, carry players. Man, always show appreciation to your supports, man. They deserve it. They you know, they make sure you don't get ganked. They TP for you counter gank. We should have a national show your support for support player day. Can we start that? Can we make a day for that? Thanksgiving. Alright, this Thanksgiving, thank your fucking support players, guys. I'm gonna release a Thanksgiving video about thanking supports. You could be sure I do it. No, let's not make that promise. I might not do it. Thanksgiving, I'm gonna scarf down some turkeys. Turkeys plural. Yeah, because generally I don't celebrate Thanksgiving because, you know, Chinese family don't really celebrate Thanksgiving. But my American friend has invited me this year, so it would be fun. Yes, Luminous has friends. Just letting you guys know. And no, they're not imaginary. Don't judge me, guys. Just because I sit in my room and talk to myself in front of a game. Don't judge. Meanwhile, Chuan, popular guy. Look at CS. Look at CS. Every time I hover it, it differs. 298, 299, 300. Damn. Alright. About the game ending push. Let's see any miracle. Miracle on ice. Let's go, guys. Miracle on ice. It fits. You see what I did there, guys? Oh, Blink Dagger against Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit is dead. As I say that, no, zip. Get Cyclone. It's not a self cycle. That is a self cycle. It's gonna zip right back out. Does take out the Aegis from the Tiny. Now Blink Dagger just 2 feet away, but bam! Requiem of Soul is gonna get Tofu. Oh no, Yamateh got the Tofu. Requiem of Soul got 2 illusions of Spectre. I mean, Glyph is, this tower is still up, Tiny Storm is still alive, and here we go, Spectre is coming right in, Avatar here against 2 support, not gonna get the kill, any stuns. Oh, Viper comes in, and everybody be dead. Oh yeah, double kill, gonna go for the triple, the slow coming in, Stormster doing some work, Stormster trying to fight everybody, but Stormster is gonna get picked off as well. Chuan gets unstoppable, everybody's unstoppable, because nobody be dead. How many team fights has KS won 5-0 against a Spectre? That is, oh, still alive. Meanwhile though, GG gets called, offensive GG gets called. Manners, guys, manners. KS classy in the gameplay. Classy in their gameplay. Oh, it is a sacrifice. Yes, Yamateh. This is the way that we carry pub, because, you know, what other hero would get this set of item? Let me think. Closest I would ever say is a Windrunner? A Windrunner wouldn't get this set of item. Who the fuck gets a Blink and a BKB and a Hex? And the Orchids? Wait, let's change up the question. Who gets an Orchid in the first place, right? Stormstray does. Windrunner does. That's pretty much it. So apparently Viper does as well. Reaper Cypher against Tiny. Tiny still. Oh, Tiny survives the 7 HP. And it looks like the Heartstopper is going to get the kill. But these guys going to go. Huge echo. But the BKBs are up, my friend. And KS Yamateh. It'd be like double kill. Triple kill. Where your boyfriend at? Yo, old Stormster is going to come right in. And it looks like Stormster is going to go down. How can Chuan do some damage? Cyclone against him. So they do pick him off. And Stormster gets Hex. Stopped by the Stormster. Whole bunch of people leaving the game. I guess the GG has been called. A Haunt comes in right now against Yamateh. Oh no, against Chuan. Chuan trying to fight his way out. No! Double kill. Looks like the true winners right here, man. Look at this guy carrying against all these levers. And triple kill. Except the last game ended triple kill was not there, and everybody has to leave the game. What an awkward conclusion. The game ended in the middle of a team fight, but we all know what was gonna happen in that game. GG was called, and again, not the most dual-sided affair in a sense. This is kind of a big stomp by Kingsurf, but this game really tickled my fancy. Nostalgic, back in the days with Nebula and you know, Yamateh going pub carry mode in this particular game. 17-4-12. Not to forget about Chuan. 11-4-12 with 320 CS. All right, I just want to give a big thanks as I conclude this casting marathon. Luminous, what am I gonna do if I don't have your commentary for the next couple of days? Don't fret. I will pick a relatively short break and I'll be back. But if you want to watch a lot of commentaries, I've noticed that my view counts of the previous commentaries aren't exactly high, so I know some of you guys have not watched every single one of them. So there's some commentaries for you guys to watch. Or if you watch some of my, or if you did watch every single of my commentary recently, there is also an Epic Games playlist on my channel, on my YouTube channel. Just hit the LuminousInverse button, or yeah, you see the freaky girl on the top of this video box that says Lumi. Hit that button, and you will see an Epic Game playlist. Within that game, there are basically some of the most epic games I've ever casted throughout the 350 cast. You could check out those games. There are some amazing games from there. You could spend at least 10-12 hours just watching those epic games. So there's a lot of good stuff out there for you guys to watch as well. But yeah, let's end it here. Hope you guys enjoyed this game as well as all the casts I've been bringing you guys so far. Again, thank you guys for your support, and until next time, this is Luminous. We're signing off, guys. GG.